This episode is sponsored by The Break Room, downtown's best spot for a hot lunch every business day.
On this episode, Friends of the Library, Dia de los Muertos, the Aaron Douglas Art Fair, Topeka Roadrunners, Ballet Midwest, and the Dutch Goose Golf Tournament.
Welcome back to Talk About Topeka, and of course today we have a great guest with us. We have a wonderful friend here with us. I just wanted to get that in. We have
got
Diana
that joke in last time.
I know. It's my favorite joke. We have Diana Friend here with us from the Topeka and Shawnee County Public Library. Thanks so much for hanging with us.
Well, I'm actually here today to be a friend of the library.
Oh, yes.
Because I want to talk about the book sale that's coming up later this month.
Okay, so it's the Friends of the Library book sale that's been going on since
1970. Started out in Jane McGrew's garage, and as a little way to raise some extra money for the things that the kids and just different things that the library didn't have built into its regular budget. And what it has done is that the Friends of the Library has grown into a great big nonprofit organization with 3 lines of business. One is their boutique sales at the Chandler Boutique,
which is fantastic.
Yes, and
Love
the
that
second
place.
is their online sale of rare and specialty books online. And then the third, of course, is the annual book sale, and then the Bag Day book sales that they have quarterly, and then half price Fridays and last day of the month Friday sales. But the sale to beat all sales is the one coming up on September 19th, 20th, 21st, and for the first time ever advertised, free Monday. Anything left over from the first 3 days will be free. And you can buy
Good idea.
Do you actually have a lot of things left over on Monday?
There's not much left, but what there is, the public is welcome to come in with their sacks and fill it up and take it home, because nothing comes back from that sale.
Now this is going on at Ag Hall on the Kansas Expo Center property.
Right.
17th and Topeka Boulevard
Yes. Friday night's the greatest time to come because the best selection. Friends of the Library members, which you can join for $20 with a single membership, and you come in and it's like watching a football field filled with every book you can ever imagine. And they have everything from paperbacks and comic books, children's board books, cookbooks, which are my favorite. I don't cook. I love cookbooks.
Isn't that funny?
Yes.
That's so true.
And then they also have some rare and special selections that you can come in there. The big thing that comes back, believe it or not, vintage records. And when people donate those to the Friends during the year.
Do you collect those?
I have a few.
Yeah.
I have a few.
So you can get vintage records there if they come in the donations. A lot of people are donating their old VHS tests. There are people that are still hanging on to their VCR. And but we also have DVDs, books on tape, books on CD.
But something else
large
too
print.
is all of this stuff that's going to be at Ag Hall. It is not just thrown, in there. It is all organized with
By
special
genre.
Yeah, biographies here and special, hardbacks here.
Westerns over here, romance tables after table. There's a lot of romance to be found at Ag Hall.
Is that what people want to get rid of a lot, or?
Well, I don't
or
know.
maybe that's exactly what they're looking for. I don't know. Something like that.
Well, either that or it's, just like people's love life that sometimes they have to make a change. So.
Well, thank you so much, Diana Friend from the Topeka and Shawnee County Public Library.
Yes.
That is
a real
mouthful.
jewel in the crown of Topeka.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
both
definitely.
of you, the library and you.
Yeah,
It's the jewel tone
fantastic.
color.
It is the jewel tone. Thank you so much. We have Christina Alcala here with us from the Tonantzin Society. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Thanks for inviting me.
This is
we're
a
so
big. This is a big day because you guys have, you started not that long ago here in Topeka, and you've really made some great accomplishments. Most recently, you just won one of the Artie Awards from Arts Connect.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were fell out of our chairs when we got the notification. We were so absolutely thankful for the community that supported us. And I can tell you this honestly from our collective hearts, we never expected it. So we were so surprised. We attended the event on Saturday, And we are so grateful to the entire community, whoever voted for us, thank you. And we hope that it will definitely stir more interest for a number of events that we're continuing to have.
Well, I know that this is something that is kind of a lost art. This is something that is being lost on people. People as they get older and generations, they tend to lose the art of some of these things that you're talking about. You're talking about Dia de los Muertos, and people think that's Halloween, but it's not.
It's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not. I think the importance in our mission is to support and educate on Latino art and culture. And as we tell many people, we are educating ourselves as we help educate community, because there was a very small Mexican and Mexican American population when many of us came over. Our families came over shortly after the 1910 Mexican Revolution. We assimilated in a way where we were not seeing a lot of our own literature, a lot of our artwork. A lot of us lost the language relatively quickly. And Fiesta had been a way for years, over 80 years now, that we were able to maintain art and culture. With the Tonantzin Society, we wanted to branch off in totally new and different ways, and we are forever indebted to what we learned with Fiesta Mexicana, because it taught this unique sense of volunteerism that I don't think just occurs. You have to, a lot of times, have grown up to be steeped in it to be able to volunteer as many hours as we do, because all of us work full time, and we continue to do this. But what we wanted to do was highlight an array of the arts, and that is what we do and what we will continue to do. So.
Yeah. Well, from me and from also hearing a lot of other people that I work with, we're very blessed to have you in our community, and thank you so much for everything that you're doing.
Can I just say one more thing?
Yes!
Of course you can.
I have
never
to
had
say
to
that
ask.
we have wonderful Dia de los Muertos artisans from across Kansas and Missouri that are going to be coming selling things at the street fair
Something
on
like
October
this?
11th. No.
Get your hands off. She's not letting you have it.
But we have made arrangements with Dia de los Muertos craftspeople from East Los Angeles, from Oaxaca, Mexico, from Riverside, California, from Austin, Texas, and from Florida. They are sending our society a wealth of handmade crafts. And some of these have been on some Latino type shows where they do the decorating of they do the props, and we're going to be selling that at the street fair. So there is going to be some phenomenal crafts this year at the street fair, in addition to what we have here in Kansas and Missouri. So you should bring your wallet.
And when is the street fair? When's that?
October 11th
Okay.
at Noto. Everything is free except the food.
Yep.
And the
Of course, the
merchandise,
gifts.
Wide,
and it is from 12 to 6.
Well, wonderful. I'm
good.
sure I'll see you out there. I'm sure I'll see you around.
Yes.
This works. Thank you so much, Christina Alcala from the Tonantzin Society. Today we're going to be talking about the Aaron Douglas Art Fair. Today we have the art director, Stacy Dawn, here with us. Hello. And we also have the interactive arts coordinator, the Gypsy, joining us. Hello. We're so excited. September 27th is the date.
It is. We have it at the end of September every year, and so this year we're having it on the 27th, which is really not too far away at all.
It's coming right around the corner.
Sneaking up on us.
What's, for folks that have, let's first of all talk for folks who've never been to the Aaron Douglas Art Fair or don't know what it is. Give us a little speech about what that is.
Well, if you haven't been to the Aaron Douglas Art Fair, I'm going to be surprised, because this is our 9th year doing the Aaron Douglas Art Fair. And pretty much what we try to focus on is new and emerging artists within the community, and giving them the opportunity to show their art for the first time, which a lot of them haven't had that chance, and this is what they come for. And it's also a celebration of the community. And that's what we try to focus on a lot, is bringing the community out, since this is a free event, and we do provide a lot of activities that they can engage in.
Oh, don't ask me. I can't remember.
A lot of them. You'll have a lot of
There's
them.
gonna be so many.
There's a
But you're
lot.
also going to have food booths and like food trucks and stuff like that. That's actually, people will come out for that.
We do. We have about 7 food vendors that are going to be there, and the great thing about that is that any money that they collect just goes right back into their business that they're promoting. And a lot of them is churches and just community organizations. So
yeah. And this is a totally free event.
Totally
free.
Bring
out the kids.
Come on out. Let the kids decorate a T-shirt. The T-shirts for kids are free. So that's always a big hit, and they go pretty quickly.
And who knows, your child might end up being the next Aaron Douglas.
That's right.
Yeah.
It could happen.
Which would be awesome.
We love to inspire.
That's it.
And you're also a part of Two Wolves Studio.
I am
in Noto, and you just won an Artie Award.
We did.
Yeah,
so exciting.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. We're so excited about that. So that's great.
Yeah, I know. That was probably, I think, the most exciting part of the night is when Two Wolves won, and it was like,
did you see us all?
What is going on? Like everybody's so excited and hooping and hollering.
Right. We brought the hippie trains.
Yes. It was absolutely wonderful. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. And of course, September 27th, mark it on your calendars. It is going to be the 9th annual Aaron Douglas Art Fair, and of course, we'll be out there as well doing finger paints.
And come out and say hi to us.
Yeah, we can't wait to see you.
Yep.
Okay, it's gonna be a good time.
Okay, Tiffany Logue is here with us from the Roadrunners. She's the Director of Sales and Marketing. And of course, the Roadrunners are absolutely amazing. What a fantastic team that we have here in our area that people should really get behind.
We're trying, we're doing a lot of new things this season. This is our 6th season in Topeka. We all together, I believe, and 6th as in Don Stone's ownership 6th. This is the Roadrunners 12th or 13th season. So we are Topeka's longest running sports franchise. I believe we are tied with the Coyotes. So, there's 2 great franchises here. It's an amazing thing, very inexpensive. Bring your, families out. We just really want Topeka to get behind us. We want to be here. We have a great product.
Mm-hmm. Well, I do think that the Kansas Expo Center, H.R. Cook does a great job over there.
You do have a great home.
It is a fantastic home. And another thing that's great too is I've been there before, and you have your core staple fans.
I call them the Roadrunner faithful. Anytime that I'm talking to advertisers, I always tell them that whether there be rain, shine, snow, tornado, Roadrunner faithful is there. So I like to say we have about 800 to 1,000 Roadrunner faithful.
Absolutely, yeah.
800 to 1,000 for sure, and they are the Roadrunner faithful. I mean, it does not matter. They will be there. They will crawl in the snow, up a hill, barefoot, to be at the game, which is so key.
But the thing is we really don't have a lot of those sports going on in the area that you can really, take part and love. There's a lot of people that, love KU basketball, but do you have season tickets? No. But you can really feasibly get some great season tickets to go and watch the Roadrunners. What people should be getting excited about is the fact that this is hockey.
Yes, it is.
Hockey is really not something that you get to have in these parts, really. And so it's really a blessing to be able to have that right in your backyard. Go out there and
we have ice here. When I was younger, the Scarecrows were really big, and we always, we're going to go to the Scarecrows game. And this is the same thing, except for it's guys, you're watching the future pros. We just had a guy, which we made a video that will be showing Friday night, where we show our guys kind of progressing up higher, where we had Uriah Hayes, who was in Topeka in 2008, and now he was playing for the San Jose Sharks. That is what they're aspiring to be eventually, go to college and then become NHLers.
So that's the whole point. That's the whole point of them even doing this circuit and playing these games, is because they want to get scouted.
Right, and Topeka is a premier location. I know that sounds crazy, but Kansas City is a very easy airport to get into. It's an hour from Topeka. They can easily get here and scout these boys. We are traditionally an unbelievable team. We have made the playoffs every year in Topeka. So we had a crazy run last year that was so amazing. But what I think is important for people to understand is that these boys are here for hockey. I mean, they are killing it so that they can realize their dreams, and we have the ability to allow them to do that. And they are so open to the community and so excited to meet people. And I just think it's so special, because how many sporting events do you go to where you can go to a restaurant afterwards and sit down and eat with the players and meet them, and have your little kids who have no idea the Roadrunners aren't professional players. They think the Roadrunners are the real deal, and to be able to sit there and look at them and get their autograph, it's life-changing for these kids. And I just think that's something so special. And Kansas City doesn't have that. They have the Royals and they have the Missouri Mavericks, but they can't go to Old Chicago go, on Saturday night and meet the Roadrunners, and you can do that.
And that's something they do on a regular basis.
We do that after every home game. Friday night is Applebee's this year, and Saturday night is Old Chicago, and I think that is just something that you don't get.
I really don't. Well, a lot of times, professional players, they love what they do, but they kind of maybe get a little complacent almost. And these I want to say kids, they're not kids.
They're young men, I guess. I call them kids.
They're coming here to Topeka to make that break. So there's so much passion there in what they're doing. It's really worth getting out to the Expo Center and checking out.
It's all wonderful. We need to get behind the Roadrunners right here in the Topeka area. And of course, thank you so much, Tiffany Logue, Director of Sales and Marketing. Welcome back to the Topeka area as well.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Well, we're here on Talk About Topeka with Lacey Ebert from Ballet Midwest. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing very well today. Thank you.
And I'm sure that you're not the only one who has actually, gotten done with high school and went on to college for dance as well. So there's a lot of students that have probably gone, kind of done some of this same things but different, kind of along the same lines as you.
Yeah, many of the graduates from Ballet Midwest have continued on with either the choreography side, the teaching side, or the professional dance side. We've had many professional dancers, many of them are still dancing now, and some of them have turned to the more choreographing side and some to the teaching. There's even some at university level teaching at some of the universities now. I do feel like the degree is a very important aspect. We do stress that and a further education is a very good thing to get. That's what I got, my Bachelor of Fine Arts, after I graduated before dancing professionally.
And where did you go?
I went to the University of Missouri, Kansas City, their Conservatory of Music and Dance.
But it's still nice. You were still able to be close to home.
Yeah, it was really nice getting to come back. I did come back and dance a couple of roles, as well as kept on with the teaching side as well a little bit throughout college.
Do you think some of this too, the importance of Ballet Midwest is maybe to educate the public? Because maybe we really don't understand enough about ballet, and that we don't really look at it as an art. We look at it as, somebody has to get up on their toes. But really, you have to educate people through each, theatrical thing that you do. I mean, that's important.
It really is. The arts are such a vital part of society. It really is. It was an interesting study that I saw done that really compared like the stamina, the agility, and all that of different, between sports and art forms, and ballet really scored the highest on all of them. Of the flexibility, like I said, stamina and agility, coordination, all of those, that it really is a great foundation for any person to even have just try a class in and see how difficult it is, that it's not something just to wants to give it.
He's ready for that, man.
I might have started a little too late.
We have adult classes at the studio too.
That is wonderful. You really can do that as an adult.
It's true. Yeah, we do. Like I said, starting at 3 years old, but you can start all the way through. We do have several adults that take part, especially like in the Nutcracker, the party scene, getting to enjoy that acting side as well as some dance aspects in it as well. But yeah, classes all the way through adults. It's really a great thing to be a part of no matter what your age.
So do you get your mom to dance with you on stage?
I haven't yet.
Maybe we can talk her into
there we
it
go.
Today. Thank you so much, Lacey Ebert from Ballet Midwest. It sounds like such a fantastic thing that you have going on over there, and good luck with everything for yourself.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us.
Definitely.
You have heard my sister, Kim, and I'm sorry about that. You have heard Jamie Slack, and she's here right now, so I have to say nice things about her.
Whatever.
But one person you haven't heard that's pretty close to our family is my brother Frank Schultz is here with us.
Oh,
Frank, welcome aboard.
Hi.
Do people ever call you Frank the Tank?
Yes, as a matter of fact, at the Goose they call me that.
Actually, Carice called him that earlier.
Yeah, she's like, I don't think anybody calls him Frank the Tank.
Yes,
she knows better than that.
It's actually embellished a little more than that, but we'll stay that for the stay off of that for the radio.
Well, good. But today you're actually here with the Dutch Goose, talking about your golf tournament that's coming up.
Yeah, our golf tournament on September 22nd is our 14th annual golf tournament.
14 years. 14
years we've done this. And it's a big fundraiser that we do, and we love doing it. We've done it for many things. Last year we did it for Let's Help, and we made Shelley cry. when we brought her the check.
Oh, I was
When we
like,
brought her
what
the
did
check.
you do to her?
No, we made her cry. They were
Frank
tears
the
of joy.
Tank unloaded.
They were tears of joy. They were tears of joy.
Yes.
Yeah, she actually needed that exact amount of money to fix some air conditioning units in the kitchens that had just died. So it really hit home.
Stars aligned.
Exactly,
Just
it was perfect. So Shelley was really happy over at Let's Help. They've done it for ALS, Parkinson's, the Marion Clinic, Capper Foundation.
Who's it benefiting this year?
This year, in honor and memory of a really close dear friend of all of ours, Chaz Betts. He passed away a little over a year ago of diabetes. And it was so sudden, and it took us all by shock and surprise. And so we decided this year would be the year that we use it's called the A1C Club. And it's a summer camp for kids that are kids that are living with diabetes, and they teach healthy.
I've heard of those.
Yeah, healthy eating and lifestyle and exercise and making it fun for the kids.
And how to cope with it.
And how to cope with it,
that's a
especially
struggle.
for kids. So since Chaz was so young, and actually did pass away, that we decided that there's nothing else we would rather do than to put it in his honor. And do
That
it for
is
him.
really cool. So where did this come about that all of a sudden, the Dutch Goose, the original Dutch Goose, gets together and decides to do a golf tournament? Is it just because you thought you wanted to get together and of course play golf, but then some of the proceeds can go to some great people?
Well, I listen to your show every single morning, and I hear you talk about Party for a Cause.
Yep. He did his homework. I tell you, he's a smart cookie.
Definitely a party for a cause, because the event starts off, and I know absolutely nothing about golf, which is perfect. So
I know you were telling me about it yesterday.
Yesterday,
while
I was
you were a
telling you.
girl in the office.
Can you manage driving a golf cart?
Yes, but beer is involved, and that's probably not a wise idea.
dangerous.
That's the last golf tournament I did, was drive a beer cart. So I said, just tell me what you want me to say. Tell me what you want me to say. And they said, well, here's a flyer. And I looked at it and went, oh, it's a 12:30 shotgun. So that means everyone brings their shotgun at 12:30? And then she goes, no, that's when it starts.
Clay targets and
It
everything?
starts. It's at Western Hills Golf Course. And it's a 4-person scramble. So it's 65.
Breakfast is served.
That's 12:30. That's more of a brunch, I would think. That's scrambled eggs or whatever.
That's so great. And of course, we wish you all the best with everything. You can go ahead and email any information if you have a door prize or you want to find out about getting a team together. Email thegoose1, all spelled out, at gmail.com, or even give them a call at 357-8474. And the event is September 22nd, the 14th annual golf tournament, the Dutch Goose 14th annual golf tournament.
And I would just like to thank Frank for coming on the show, my big brother, for not
guys
giving
played
me.
nice.
He didn't give me a noogie this time.
You didn't really?
Yeah.
I didn't push you down the stairs.
And no
Really?
pushing down.
I
He's done.
didn't.
Yeah.
I have done that.
You guys pull up all the kids' stuff all of a sudden whenever you get together, especially on the show. And
Well,
it's
because
like,
we're big kids.
You never grew up, Jamie. Did you not realize that?
Visit talkabouttopeka.com to hear full interviews of all our guests. Connect with us anytime on Facebook and Twitter. Listen live and hear more from Chris and Jamie from 7 to 8 a.m. every weekday on The Big Talker, KMAJ 1440. And keep talking about Topeka.